2 years ago, Instagram launched to great fanfare Instagram Shop with 26 launch brands including Prada, Dior, Michael Kors, Nike and Adidas. We now know, of course, more recently Instagram is shifting its focus away from shopping, refocusing on advertising. Seems like a perfect time to then think about what this means for brands and the implications. There's no doubt customers have shifted their start of their shopping journey to the edge, away from the brand store, and increasingly more and more shopping journeys are happening on social, which is a great place for discovering products. So when Instagram introduced shops, well, maybe they could check out there and buy them there as well. And well, how well did that work? I mean, the fact they're pulling out suggests that there were problems. So we dug into this and we asked our research team to run a mystery shopper study, really to come up with recommendations of how to do social shopping best on Instagram. One of the first findings is that 16 of the 26 initial retail brands are still using Instagram for checkout, and the balance are not. Many of them are redirecting traffic directly to the brand site. So our research report really highlights areas that brands can focus on, areas of challenge, if you like, that need some more attention. So the first one is tagging. Tagging of posts is often incomplete. It's not hard to do, but it's important because if this is the start of the social shopping funnel, this is how customers discover products. Then when they see that aspirational image, they very often want to know what the product is. If they can see what the product is and it provides a link to click on, then obviously they can then go through and subsequently buy it. Without that tag, then it can be very hard to then find the specific product involved. The second problem is inventory. Inventory is frequently out of step. And you see this both ways, effectively, where products are shown as out of stock on Instagram, but available on the brand site, or the other way around, where they're shown as in stock on Instagram, and you can buy them and you get the checkout, the full checkout, and you get the purchase confirmation, and then 2 days later you get a cancellation, which is increasingly, it's very frustrating for consumers. And both of these are really caused with the fact that the inventory is not synchronized in real time and that you've got a disconnect between the two. Not so easy to fix, of course, but it does suggest not putting maybe your fastest moving low stock items up on Instagram at all, because otherwise customers are inevitably just going to be more frustrated by that. And that brings us to products. The assortment of products shown is also a problem because many brands are only showing a subset of products rather than the full assortment up on Instagram. And searching for products and finding products on Instagram isn't very easy anyway, so that doesn't make the usability of the site very good. Promotions are also a problem because they're frequently not reflected on Instagram. So for example, if a brand is running a back to school, 4th of July, Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotion on the brand site, if those are not reflected on Instagram, then customers can potentially pay higher prices if they were to check out on Instagram rather than go through to the brand site and buy on the brand site. And finally, returns. Returns are problematic on Instagram. And the reason for this is that the process is just a bit tortuous. You know, you go to Instagram and you basically then say, give me a returns code, and the returns code may or may not be accepted by the brand. You may have to then speak to the customer service team who may or may not know how to do a return on Instagram. And as a result, this is hugely problematic. There's an easy fix though, and our recommendation is that brands put the returns information in the box. If you do that, then the returns experience, you know, works very seamlessly. In fact, it sort of takes it out of the hands of Instagram altogether. So savvy customers really know to head to the brand site for genuine products, the full range, accurate availability, best prices, easy returns. And this all sort of explains the pattern that we're seeing, which is in our State of Social Commerce research, which we've run every quarter in 2022, we see over 70% of consumers prefer to shop on the brand site or check out on the brand site rather than trying to check out on Instagram or on a social platform. So really, when we think about recommendations for brands, it may be time to rethink social a little bit. It's not really a destination where somebody's going to buy, but it's a destination where they can discover your product, and therefore it's a great place for new customer acquisition. And in fact, customers really we see this, more than 50% of customers actually really like discovering products on social. So it's a great place to discover products, but ultimately they probably want to go to the brand site to buy, where they're going to get the best experience overall. So in terms of making your Instagram store work best, we suggest double down on tagging in particular, maintaining the store, reflecting promotions up there as much as possible, and directing traffic to the brand site to buy. There's more detail in the research report, and I'll show you a link in a moment where you can download that. And in addition, we've launched a free benchmarking service where brands can then go and benchmark their own experience on Instagram against these launch brands, and it'll show them a highlighted personalized report which basically shows them the areas that they need to work on to improve that end-to-end experience for this really important new channel effectively, which is the way that people are shopping. If they're shopping at the edge, we have to make that experience work really well, from where they discover product all the way down to how they can buy it.